Aloha everybody, it is I, the great Clement, and recently I just picked up a new Sonic game from Sumo Digital, the guys who brought us Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and I got the sequel, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. Also, I picked up a plush Sonic toy because I am a loser. So a lot of people drew comparisons to Diddy Kong Racing when this game was coming out because the gimmick with this one is that your racer actually transforms into 3 different types of vehicles. You'll drive on the road 1 minute, and then your car will go into a body of water, at which point it morphs and changes, and then all of a sudden it's a boat. And now you're driving on a boat through waves and cutting into the waves and hitting ramps and stuff. And then you can hit another jump or any kind of obstacle, and that'll take you into the sky, and now your car will transform into a plane where you can do barrel rolls and fly wherever you want, and the planes are by far the best thing to control in the game. Every time it comes up to an air section, I'm always like, yeah, here we go. I love the air levels, I love doing barrel rolls. Like, one of the best things they do in this game is that in order to get a boost with your plane, you actually have to dodge roll out of the way of an obstacle in the nick of time. So I'll intentionally head for a pillar, and then right at the last second I'll barrel roll right to the left or right to the right, and then it'll be like, dodge boost, and I'll get like a boost through my exhaust and go faster and stuff, you know? So that's really thrilling, really fun stuff. And that's the gimmick, you know? It's not like Diddy Kong Racing where you are either one or the other. It's whatever track you're playing. If your track incorporates ground, water, and flying, you're going to be controlling all 3 vehicle types at some point during the race. What I like is that even some of the shortcuts in this game involve transforming your car. Like, there's the aircraft carrier, the air harrier, I forget the game. Is it air harrier? I don't know. But you hit a ramp while on a boat. You'll hit a boat, you'll go up this little ramp, and it'll take you to this transform ring, which will turn you into a plane a lot faster than if you just continued on the water. So now all of a sudden you're flying past a whole bunch of boats and getting the upper hand and stuff. And I love shortcuts like that. I really do. This game has basically all the Sega characters you would expect it to have. All the Sonic characters are in this, you know. You got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow the Hedgehog. Dr. Eggman is of course in the game, but of course he would be. And, no Big the Cat though. Big the Cat is not in this game. He was in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, but he's not in the sequel. For shame, Sumo! We all loved Big the Cat, surely. But, that's all the Sonic characters. You have, you know, your typical Ooh La La from Space Channel 5, Beat from Jet Set Radio, you got Gilius from Golden Axe, he's one of the unlockable characters you can get in this game, Vice from Skies of Arcadia, you got Amigo from Samba de Amigo, you got Ai from Super Monkey Ball, Knights from the Knights series. They even have some guest characters this time around too, which one you have to unlock, but right off the bat you start off with Wreck-It Ralph from the movie Wreck-It Ralph, you know, that. So I guess because, you know, they put Sonic in the movie, I guess they made a deal with Sega like, hey, let's put Ralph in our racing game, how about that? Sonic will be in your movie, Ralph will be in our game, So if you really enjoyed Wreck-It Ralph, and you enjoyed the character of Ralph, he's in the game, and you can play as him. They also included Danica Patrick, real-life racing champion, for some reason. Hey, if you're a Danica Patrick fan, I'm not going to hold it against you, but she's in the Sega All-Stars Racing game. And of course you got, you know, all these extra characters from other franchises, you know, like Riala from the Night series, Gum from Jet Set Radio. You can find Alex Kidd if you play the game at Christmas time. There's a good, you know, collection of racers. I think there's like 30 or so racers in the game. And you can also play as your avatar on the Xbox 360. And if you're playing on the Wii U, because this is a Wii U title, so maybe this is technically my first Wii U review? Not really. But if you're playing the Wii U, you can play as your Mii as well, and all that stuff. One of my problems with this game, though, and I'm saying this is a good game right up front. I really enjoy this racing game. I think people should buy it. However, this game does have one big problem that I think is blasphemous when the first game handled it so much better, and why they decided to go this route, I don't know. But you start off the game, you have 10 unlocked characters, 4 racetracks. So if you're going to pick up and play this game, you know, without having played it at all, you're not going to be playing as Shadow the Hedgehog, you're not going to be playing as Gilius from Golden Axe, you're not going to be playing Vice from Skies of Arcadia, you're not going to be playing any of these characters because they're all locked. If you want to play through Sky Sanctuary Zone, that racetrack is locked. If you want to play through my favorite personal track, the Skies of Arcadia track, gone. Can't play it because that track is locked. The only way to unlock everything in the game is to not only complete the Grand Prix modes, because that's how I unlocked Dr. Eggman, but you have to play through the World Tour thing, and the World Tour is basically all these different objectives. Some are normal races where you have to just race and win the race, and you get stars for doing so. Others are like drift challenges, where you have to drift the entire time and keep the car in a certain beam of light while you're drifting through the racetrack. Like, the more you drift through this beam of light, the more time you get added to your counter, and you basically want to get the best time and make it through all the checkpoints without running out of time, blah 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 blah. There's a mission where you have to shoot at a tank that is shooting at you. Like, you pick up power-ups that are missiles, and you're driving and shooting missiles at this tank while it's shooting fireballs and, you know, green energy balls and stuff at you. And you have to destroy it without dying on various difficulties. There's a boost challenge where you're trying to hit as many boosts as you can. There's just a whole bunch of challenges in the All-Stars mode, and, you know, with 4 different levels of difficulty. You got easy, normal, hard, and expert mode, and you have to collect stars to unlock all of these characters, you know. Like, if you want to unlock Shadow the Hedgehog, I think you need like 25 or so stars. And you get stars per difficulty. If you beat something on easy, you get 1 star. If you beat something on normal, you get 2 stars. If you beat something on hard, you get 3 stars. And if you beat something on expert, you get 4. And while it may not seem like 25 is that much for Shadow, if you're looking for characters like Gilius or Riala from the Night series, that's a good 145, 160 stars or something like that. And believe me, this game is balls-bustingly hard sometimes. If you are not good at racing games, if you are not good at drifting at the right time, turning at the right time, avoiding obstacles, you are going to be failing these missions left and right. And if you just complete every mission in the game on normal mode, you're not even going to have 100, I think. You really do have to start beating these things on hard and expert mode in order to unlock everybody in the game. And that is blasphemous. I think that's stupid that it has that unlock system where the first game handled it so much better. In the first game, you had something called Sega Miles. The more you played, the more miles you got. It was like currency for playing the game, you know? So the more you played, the more rich you got with Sega Miles. And then you went into the Sega shop, and you could go and look through a list of characters like, oh, there's Knuckles. Oh, there's Alex Kidd. Oh, there's the Buster Brothers, whatever. And you could pay for whatever you wanted, you know. Some were more expensive than others, but the general idea was, hey, I really like Knuckles the Echidna. I'm going to save up for him first. I'm not going to buy these other characters first. I'm going to save up for Knuckles. So you play the game a little bit, play the game a little bit, play the game a little bit. You finally have enough Sega Miles to buy Knuckles. You go into the shop, you buy Knuckles. Boom! Easy. And I think the first game also had a lot more than 10 characters unlocked when you started the game as well. And all the racetracks were available except for like 4. You know? So the unlock system in this game really isn't great, because if you want to play as your favorite characters, you gotta unlock them, and that requires a lot of gameplay time. You're gonna be playing through World Tour quite a bit. So that's kind of one lame thing I don't enjoy. I guess the one last negative I would say about this game is, the first game also allowed you a control scheme where you could push A to accelerate. And this game does not give you that option. You either have to use the right bumper or the right trigger to accelerate. And I have bony fingers, so that kind of hurts my hand after a while. Like, if I'm playing this game way too long, my finger is in immediate pain, and I gotta, like, stop playing the game and be like, ooh, I don't know, it's just my hands. I'm not good with them, but I just wish there was an A accelerator. You know, I don't like the right bumper, right trigger stuff. I never have. Otherwise, though, this is a really competent level. One thing I really love about this game that was better than the first one, the level diversity is so much better. In the first game, you basically had 3 different racetracks based on one single theme. Like, you have, like, the Ocean Palace theme from Sonic Heroes, and they would do one level dedicated to that, and then another level like that, and then another level like that. And it was the same for the casino level, it was the same for the Jet Set Radio levels. Basically, they took a theme, they made 3 versions of it, and that was the theme you had for, like, every cup. Basically, the diversity is so much bigger. You don't get recopies of the same level theme with a different racetrack. Like, there are 3 Sonic-themed levels in this game, but none of them are similar. Even the Sonic racetracks in the game are not similar. I mean, Sky Sanctuary is nothing like Ocean Palace, which is nothing like Starlight Carnival from Sonic Colors. So you always have a new racetrack every cup, and it's always a completely new, different experience the entire time you're playing the game, and I enjoy that. I like the diversity in racetracks. Another thing I like about this game is that the more you focus on one single character, the more experience they get, and with each level up that a character gets, they actually unlock mods for the racer. So if you really like playing as Shadow, but you feel like his basic stats aren't really up to snuff with what you prefer racing as, like, oh man, I love Shadow, but Shadow's truck really sucks. The more you play as Shadow, the more you upgrade with all these different mods, and then it completely changes the kind of racer that you want to be. Like, you can get a handling mod, which it might reduce the boost a little bit or something, but it'll increase your handling twofold. You know, if you want to be good at boosting, there's a boost mod. If you want to be good at acceleration, there's an accelerator mod. If you want a all-balanced, you know, good vehicle, there's a balanced mod so that everything is balanced perfectly the way you want it. So even if your favorite character is controlling a piece of crap car, if you keep playing as that character long enough, you're going to get a whole bunch of mods that make that racer really fun to play, and I enjoy that. Some of the set pieces in this game are awesome, and I'm including the Skies of Arcadia racetrack in this vlog review because I really like how they change it up every lap. Like, generally in racing games, you go through a lap, it's going to be the same thing in lap 2, it's going to be the same thing in lap 3. But because this game has, like, different vehicles and things to drive around in, things are always changing. Like, there's the Panzer Dragoon racetrack, for example, where you start off the race, you're just driving around, you reach the goal line, and then you come up to this point in lap 2, and then all of a sudden the bridge falls out. And now you're driving around in a boat, which is completely different from lap 1, and it's a completely new experience. Then you get to lap 3. Now all of a sudden that drop where the boat was supposed to transform now transforms you into a plane. So now you're flying through the canyon in Panzer Dragoon, and it is a completely evolving racetrack. It is always different every time you play it. And then there's the Skies of Arcadia level, where they change it up a little bit so that the last racetrack is all flying, whereas the first 2 were about driving. But even, like, the background pieces, you see, like, airships shooting at each other and blowing chunks of the island apart, and just, like, there's this big battle going on. Like, as you're racing, you're also sort of chasing a battleship that is falling out of the sky and crashing into the ground. Visually, this game looks incredible. It really does look good. All of your favorite Sonic characters, all of your favorite Sega characters, they all are represented perfectly, and the levels you're driving around in are incredibly good looking. And I found from Xbox Live experience, you know, there's no real slowdown when you're racing around. It plays beautifully, it looks great, it is a very solid racing game. The thing I've always enjoyed about Sega All-Stars Racing as compared to Mario Kart is that in order to drift, you know, you just drift, you go in those turned corners, and if you just wait a little bit, the exhaust will change. It's different from Mario Kart 64 and Double Dash, where you had to keep flicking the control stick in order to make the exhaust change, you know? I never liked flicking the control stick while I was handling a corner. I've always enjoyed how it was timing-based, where, like, if you're really good at the game, you just sort of know instinctively from playing the game so much that you're about to turn blue right now. So you let go at the right moment and you hit your level 3 boost, And it's so fantastic. I've always enjoyed how the boosting is in these games, and it's handled well in the sequel as well. Once again, I love flying the plane. I love doing the barrel rolls by flicking the right analog stick. I mean, you can flip in any direction you want. You can go up, you can go down, you can go left, you can go right. Any direction you want with the analog stick. And it's just a thrill, you know. It's so fun flying through areas, taking really big shortcuts that the AI isn't smart enough to take. The only thing I really don't like playing is the boats. And that's just because sometimes the waves can really trick me. Sometimes you can hit a wave and you'll get enough air that you think you can do a trick. And you want to do tricks in the air by flicking the right analog stick, because if you land successfully after doing that trick, you get a burst of speed. And sometimes I hit a wave, I think I'm high enough, but I'm not really sure, but I flip the analog stick anyway, and then I crash and burn when I hit the water, and it's just like, ah. I hate the way the waves can cut into my boat sometimes. Like, I'll be driving straight, and then if I don't know, it's sometimes it feels like the water actually shifts me to a direction I didn't want to go, or I get hung up on a ramp. I swear that's happened to me at least twice, where on a boat, I was about to hit a ramp, and then all of a sudden I hit the bottom of the ramp, and I just lost my speed and momentum and just stopped dead at the ramp. So I don't really like playing as the boats all that much, but the cars and the planes, fantastic. Top class. The power-ups in the game are very basic. I enjoy one power-up where you have basically a catcher's mitt, and if someone shoots like an ice projectile or a missile at you, or a remote control bomb that follows people on you, the mitt will catch it, and then it's your item, and now you can use it however you want. You know, you can shoot projectiles forward, you can shoot them backwards. I never felt any of them were costing me races too much. I did find the AI was really aggressive, though. If you don't know how to play this game properly, the AI will chew you up and spit you out. You know, if you don't know how to do tricks after jumping off of ramps, if you don't know how to dodge roll stuff when you're in a plane, you're probably going to be frustrated by how hard this game gets outside of rank C, which is easy mode. If you're playing on normal mode or hard mode or expert mode and you don't know what you're doing, you will be obliterated, and it will feel so surprising how hard this game is. It feels a lot harder than the first game did. But, you know, when you know what to do, it's actually pretty awesome to play. I enjoy playing it on Xbox Live and stuff. The Wii U has a very small, limited library, and if the Wii U version is exactly like the Xbox 360 version, 99% chance of that, I would recommend it. And I would say that you want to get this kart racing game for your library. It is really solid, really good. Yeah. So yeah, that's Sonic Racing Transformed. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Great Clement. Toodles.